Welcome back to Road Revolt, where legends don't just return, they roar back to life. And today we're talking about one of the most mythical names ever stamped on a muscle car, the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429, a modern resurrection inspired by the fire-breathing icon of the late 1960s, but reimagined for today's performance-driven, tech-heavy automotive world. And from the very first glance, this car makes it clear Ford wasn't playing it safe. Because the Boss 429 for 2026 is all about raw presence, massive power, and emotional connection with true enthusiasts who have been waiting decades to see this badge return in full force. Visually, the design blends retro aggression with modern aerodynamics, featuring a wide body stance, muscular fenders, a long sculpted hood with functional heat extractors, and subtle Boss 429 badging that instantly signals exclusivity. While modern LED lighting, a blacked-out grille, and track-focused splitters give it an unmistakably modern attitude, under the hood is where the real story lives, as Ford is rumored to be packing a naturally aspirated 7.0-liter V8 inspired by the original Boss 429 philosophy, but updated with modern materials, high-rev internals, and advanced fuel injection, producing an estimated 720 to 750 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful naturally aspirated Mustangs ever conceived. Torque delivery is brutal yet linear, designed to thrill purists who crave engine response rather than artificial boost, paired with either a Tremec 6-speed manual for diehard enthusiasts or a lightning-fast 10-speed performance automatic tuned specifically for track dominance. Performance figures are equally insane, with 0 to 60 miles per hour expected in under 3.5 seconds and a top speed approaching 200 miles per hour, putting it firmly in supercar territory while still wearing a Mustang badge. Suspension tuning is track first with adaptive Magnaride dampers, wider performance tires, massive Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and a chassis stiffened for extreme cornering loads. Yet Ford has managed to keep it usable on the street. Inside the cabin, the Boss 429 blends old-school muscle vibes with modern technology, featuring deep bolstered Recaro seats, Alcantara and leather surfaces, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and subtle throwback design cues like vintage-style gauge graphics displayed on a fully digital cluster, while a large central touchscreen handles infotainment, performance telemetry, and drive modes without overwhelming the driver. Because this car is meant to be driven hard, not just admired when it comes to pricing, exclusivity plays a major role, as the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 is expected to start around $95,000 to $105,000, depending on configuration, with fully loaded track-focused versions pushing closer to $120,000, making it one of the most expensive Mustangs ever produced, but also one of the most special. Production numbers are rumored to be extremely limited, potentially under 2,000 units globally, which instantly turns this car into a collector's dream and explains the high demand already building before official sales even begin. Early reservation reports suggest that many units could sell out before reaching dealership floors, especially among collectors and hardcore Mustang fans who understand the historical weight of the Boss 429 name. In terms of sales units, Ford is not chasing volume here. This is a halo car meant to elevate the Mustang brand and remind the world that American muscle can still dominate without losing its soul. People's reactions online have been explosive, with enthusiasts praising Ford for bringing back a naturally aspirated monster in an era dominated by turbocharging and electrification. While some casual buyers question the price, many agree that the Boss 429 isn't meant for everyone. It's meant for believers. Longtime Mustang fans are calling it a worthy successor to the original legend, especially appreciating the aggressive engine choice, manual transmission option, and limited production approach. While critics point out that fuel economy will be brutal and daily comfort won't match luxury, Performance ascendance. But that criticism almost feels irrelevant because nobody buys a Boss 429 for practicality. They buy it for emotion, sound, and heritage. The exhaust note alone is described as thunderous and mechanical, delivering a raw V8 symphony that modern performance cars often lack. And that emotional connection is exactly what Ford is banking on. As the 2026 Mustang Boss 429 stands as a defiant statement in a rapidly changing automotive world, proving that there is still room for unapologetic, power and driver-focused engineering. And as enthusiasts continue to debate whether this could be the last great, naturally aspirated muscle car, one thing is certain. The Boss 429 name has returned not as a marketing gimmick, but as a serious performance weapon. And if you're lucky enough to secure one, you're not just buying a car, you're buying a piece of Mustang history reborn for the modern era. And that is exactly why the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 already feels like a legend in the making. This is Road Revolt. And if muscle cars still matter to you, this one absolutely should.